we're watching Assassin's Pride again.
Just to recap, in the previous episode, the girls had a slumber party in the sewers, which resulted in them being attacked by a witch.
And one gets the feeling this is not the low point.
No. I mean, we're only halfway through the series. There's almost certainly going to be lower.
Can you imagine what the epilogue to this show is going to be like? My God.
It's just a guy in a wheelchair spazzing out.
For the whole episode, there's nothing else.
Well, no, that's the epilogue. That's the crowning point of this show, is that it was made by a man who should be in a straitjacket rather than an artist's bench.
After the commercial eye catch, he starts foaming at the mouth.
Of course. He's always foaming at the mouth.
All right, so we are on episode 7.
Episode 7 of Assassin's Pride. The title of the episode is No Guidance Above Nor Below. So, yeah.
I think
I made the joke that this is going to be an episode that's about undergarments. And
you might be right. I mean, who knows?
I hope to God I'm not right. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I hope to God that like imagine if the show gets really good in the second half. Let's hope and pray that like everything comes together and like we get some character development and like actual plot starts to show up. There's an antagonist and like intricate and well developed plans have to be produced to stop this antagonist who's got some other plan of his own that gradually but eventually gets revealed to us as the viewers. That's what we should hope for. We're not going to get that, but that's what we should hope for.
Or
or what's actually going to happen, which is that this show's going to spiral into nonsense.
You have asked me to imagine that the second half of this show gets better, and I have never in my life been asked to stretch my imagination so far.
I mean, it's good exercise.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a limit.
I mean, imagine if Shishio comes back and he's got some kind of plan.
And he becomes the main character and he kills off all the other characters and it just turns into Kenshin 2. Yeah, I can imagine it.
And that would be better than what's probably going to happen.
Yes, it would. It would be so much better. Well,
shall we start?
Yeah, give us a countdown.
All right. 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, everything's on fire.
Everything is on fire. I don't even remember what happened.
They had a slumber party in the sewers.
And now everything's on fire.
I think this is a flashback.
And Battler's here for some reason.
If only. Oh my God. Big brother, your knee is on my chest. It hurts. Stop, please. What are you doing here?
Were they reenacting an Azumanga Daioh scene? Or?
If only.
I was supposed to kill you.
I could just do that. Oh, it's the field trip episode. That's what we need.
Which means that there's copious amounts of underwear in that luggage.
Probably a beach episode, yeah.
Well, you called it.
I regret my actions.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Am I alive? I'm not alive. I don't have a pulse. Like this show.
Ugh.
The song is written almost entirely with downbeats. Drop it like it's hot. I mean, I should be complaining more, but we did make it through Tower of God.
Yeah, Tower of God.
The opening theme to that was one of the laziest things I have ever witnessed in animation short of something that the West would do.
Yeah, this is pretty lazy, but Tower of God's opening and ending themes were both very lame and...
This is lazy for Japan.
Lazy.
But this right here, untouchable by the West.
Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily, but...
Not in ability, just in what you would actually get.
Nowadays, yes. You know what would be great is if they had like a series where the opening theme started out as like orchestral, but then as it went through the series, it got more and more techno until the very end of the series. That's not going to happen here.
No, if anything gets techno, these people are going to get more robotic as we go on.
Their acting already is. Wrong. He drinks it immediately.
Have fun.
What? No, not you again.
Here, drink this.
What?
Sorry, I was staring at your hands. What do you want? No. Goodbye.
He just smoke bombs out. Poof! He's just gone.
Dude, your dad's weird.
Extremely. And you did all of this without someone to actually point to? So I refused with lies instead. What?
Alright, but only if we pretend all the way.
No, you totally have a choice in this matter.
What exactly is the storyline again? What's
They were supposed to go on a field trip, and now this is like they were like, we're going on a field trip, and then they just flopped over into this side story for no reason. This is the red-haired girls
I don't know
episode.
what to qualify as filler for this show. I mean, apart from the show itself.
I am sure I don't know. What? What? Why do they keep calling her that? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they just saw her win.
Yeah, I know, but like... Ah, it's a horse!
I would swear that animation was stolen from another anime.
It looked like it came out of BoJack Horseman. Why are we introducing new characters in episode 7 for this?
I don't know. I mean, this sounded like it was going to be a filler episode. And now the filler episode has filler. That's right, I did show up.
It's an excellent question.
Oh, yeah, what?
If only there had been some world building where we knew what that meant and it wasn't just a random set of syllables put together. That guy's name is Blossom. I'm just going to say that once more. Genetic engineering? What?
What is this show doing?
spiraling into nonsense. Somehow even further than before.
But won't that interfere with the political situation involved in building your synagogue?
What?
I don't know.
See, look at me grab his arm. Look at this.
2 more episodes in, and somehow this is going to be an alternate timeline World War II story.
Who is this? This woman that just showed up.
Oh, she was there before. She was one of the people that was there. Don't know why.
She?
Not sure what her function is. In the middle of my genetic experiments, which is a thing I do.
Because I study genetic engineering, which is a thing that is a thing in this clearly, medieval Europe style world that we live in. Derp, derp, derp.
I was just thinking about all those people I killed when I was... never mind. No.
No, of course not. They're NPCs. They mean nothing. That's a lie. That's just a lie. Oh God, what's on that? Training trip briefing, written in first grade cursive.
Dumbledore stumbles in drunk. Whatever. 5 points to Gryffindor. Screw the rest of you.
Collapses on his face.
Skipping class later. And that's how she became Cutie Honey. You took the job.
You took the job. It was something that you... What?
I don't know, I freaked out for a second there.
So the disadvantage of having a costume design that has so many small details on it is that if you don't actually do good work on it, it's off model all the time. If you look at their outfits, they change constantly because they can't animate them consistently. I just got here. I didn't kill anybody.
Social distance, people. Social distance.
Social distancing.
How appropriate. I call it Veronicavirus.
I just burned this here, and it'll be fine.
That doesn't sound like genetic engineering. Oh, he's also an alchemist.
He does whatever needs to be done to advance the story in its stupid way. Oh, it didn't do anything.
No one was here. Nothing happened.
What does that tell anyone? 'Cause it's blue. Alright, which one of you ladies is a man?
That's very
Objection?
helpful.
Why would you even bother saying that? I have no way to prove my innocence. And she falls out of the seat. Flunk.
Oh, you've accepted the narrative already, I see. Well, no injuries that we saw.
Oh no, a lightning bolt. We're so scared of lightning.
What?
I don't know. I don't even know. Wasn't their whole world like in a bunch of like glass jar type things before?
It
like,
was.
Why would you?
What?
Wasn't that a thing? Like,
That looks like 1980s anime art down there.
yeah. We have giant mushrooms. Congratulations. Honey, I Shrunk the Bad anime.
What?
Yes.
How did that sound like water at all?
It's a forest glade. I don't know. Careful, most of these plants are carnivorous. Why? What?
Yeah, that'll keep everyone away. Someone is going to be in a wheelchair by the end of this.
We can only hope.
Are you versed in these things? No.
No.
Off with his head.
You called it, apparently.
I guess so. Why did they make them all stand around and watch?
Why are people clapping?
Clapping! Salvation through execution.
Yay. Shouldn't you have told someone about this before we came here? All on your word, huh?
Sounds familiar.
Ordeal is right. It just doesn't say anything. Wait, was this an orphanage? I think that's true for basically everyone.
So I think they're taking a vacation still.
No, it was like a field trip for training, but like there was no reason for it. And
what
now
are
they're
they
in
training?
an orphanage that
What was the training
magic.
for?
It's their magic fighting bull garbage nonsense.
But none of that is happening.
Oh no, they don't show any of that because it would require animators.
To what end? To what end? Oh, yeah, it was great. What's with the Inspector Gadget music?
It actually is, isn't it? This is not my job in any way, shape, or form.
And if anything, it's the exact reverse. You know what? Never mind. He ties them around her ankle.
He strangles her with them anyway.
Sorry, it's a habit.
It is not a child that is unable to put on socks by themselves. It is an idiot. Derp, 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 derp. What, in a cave? What? Here we are in the salt mines.
Do we have any pre-made backgrounds anywhere?
It's like stolen from some other show.
It might be. I mean, look, again, it kind of looks like older art styles.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, they'll never actually show them in it.
A bottomless pit. Enjoy. Which would mean something if your body was hidden. That's straight out of the Mystery Science Theater movie. A hammock does not simulate weightlessness. What are you talking about? It's a hammock.
So we spend all this money training astronauts with airplanes that have to fly up high in the atmosphere when we could have been using hammocks.
Not only do they have to fly up high in the atmosphere, they have to do a parabolic actual flight path, which is extremely difficult and
dangerous.
Strenuous. It's not really that dangerous. It's just
somewhat dangerous.
It puts a lot of strain on the airframe. Well, I mean, you can train someone to do it, but it puts a lot of strain on the airframe.
But they didn't have a hammock. Why would I do that?
Look at the blank look on his face. They couldn't even animate him properly.
Is that all he says?
Derp, derp, derp. And she's out. Mid-sentence. Because that's a thing that people do.
Where did I put that vial? Oh, God, she put it in her tea.
They didn't say what it was a dose of. Maybe it was just Splenda. Crunch. So he kills her, and that's the end of the series, right? Like, we're done now, right?
No, we're not done. We should be done. We should be saying right now, that's it, I'm out. Yet, we will persist.
Yet here we are. Why was this episode called No Guidance Above Nor Below?
What happened in this episode?
They went to a city and a man died.
And they all watched, and some nuns clapped. There was something about genetic engineering, and then he pretended for like 5 seconds to be someone's fiance, because apparently they had to convince 5 orphans. And then he went on a faux date with the person that he was supposed to kill, who apparently might be dead, but I don't know how any of this matters.
So what I can say is that looking at the time frame of this episode, the ending theme is going to end before the episode ends. So there must be something after the ending theme. So now we have to sit through the ending theme in its entirely. We just, stop. which would be better.
It's just the writers.
This has 4.5 stars. Why does this episode have 4.5 stars?
It's the internet effect.
1,500 people loved this episode.
Yes, it's the same everywhere. I hate this episode. 5 stars. You'll see. We're going to read the comments after this.
It's a dream. It's clearly a dream.
That was a vampire.
That was bizarre. Gasp. Did you expect him to be sleeping there in the chair? What?
Of a certain skeleton.
Wonderful.
Okay, then.
Well, that was horrible.